Mindy McFlurry, a 29-year-old with a mop of curly red hair and a talent for tripping over invisible pebbles, was trudging along Pickle Point Beach, a stretch of sand near Boston known for its seagulls and questionable hot dog stands. It was a sweltering July morning, and Mindy, in her mismatched flip-flops and a t-shirt that read, "I survived Monday," was daydreaming about starring in a cereal commercial where she'd heroically pour milk without splashing. Her stomach rumbled, craving a turkey club sandwich with extra mustard, when, whack, her foot collided with something hard, sending her sprawling face first into the sand. Ow! What kind of sea monster leaves landmines on a beach? She grumbled, spitting out grit. Brushing off her knees, she spotted the culprit. Not a rock, not a discarded soda can, but a green-tinted pickle jar, glinting like a pirate's emerald. It was sealed with a rusty lid, and inside, rolled up like a tiny scroll, was a piece of paper. A glob of dried pickle juice clung to the glass, giving it an air of questionable authenticity. Mindy squinted, half expecting it to be a prank from local teens. "If this is a coupon for expired yogurt, I am suing the ocean," she muttered. She plopped onto the sand, ignoring the curious audience, a seagull eyeing her like she was a stray fry, and twisted the lid with a satisfying pop. The note, written in loopy, slightly smudged ink, was addressed to my dearest Dolly from someone named Gus. It read, "My heart's in a pickle. Dolly, my dill, ite. You spice my days with laughter, but now I am brined in sorrow. If you find this, know I loved you more than a barrel of gherkins. Seek me where the salty spoon shines. P.S. Bring pickles. I am starving." Mindy burst into laughter, startling the seagull, which this guy's either a poet, a nutcase, or really needs a sandwich. She reread the letter, chuckling at the puns and imagining Gus as a melodramatic sailor with a pickle obsession. Tucking the jar under her arm, she decided to show it to her best friend, Wanda, who'd probably declare it a cosmic sign. As she shuffled back to her rental cottage, the jar clinked in her tote bag, whispering promises of adventure, or at least a good laugh. Mindy's beachside rental was a cozy shack with peeling paint and a porch that creaked like it was auditioning for a horror movie. Inside, she found Wanda, her best friend since high school, sprawled on a wicker couch, her barista apron stained with espresso and her purple hair tied in a messy bun. Wanda, who moonlighted as an amateur astrologer, was flipping through a magazine called Cosmic Coffee Grounds. "Mindy, you are late for our smoothie summit," Wanda scolded, waving a blender wand like a scepter. "Hold your horoscopes, I found treasure," Mindy announced, plunking the pickle jar on the coffee table with a dramatic flourish. The jar wobbled, nearly toppling Wanda's collection of novelty mugs. She handed over the letter, expecting Wanda to roll her eyes. Instead, Wanda's eyes widened like she'd just seen a UFO. "This is no ordinary pickle jar," she declared, adjusting her glasses for maximum detective vibes. "It's a cry for help, or a viral stunt for Pickle Palooza." Mindy snorted, grabbing a bag of pretzels from the counter. "Pickle Palooza? That's just a farmer's market with extra cucumbers. This Gus guy probably got dumped and drowned his sorrows in brine." But Wanda was already in full conspiracy mode, pacing the tiny living room. She read the letter aloud, pausing for effect at "brined in sorrow." This is Shakespearean, or at least reality, television, level drama. You have to publish this on Mindy's Musings. Mindy's blog, Mindy's Musings, was a chaotic mix of sandwich reviews, rants about seagulls stealing her fries, and the occasional poem about her cat, Mr. Whiskers. It had 12 loyal readers, including her mom and a guy named Pickle Pete 69, who left cryptic comments like "the brine knows all." Publish it? What if Gus sues me for invasion of pickleness? Mindy asked, crunching a pretzel. Wanda grinned, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "Then we'll countersue for emotional distress caused by bad puns. Come on. This is your big break." After a heated debate and a bribe of Wanda's famous mocha smoothies, Mindy agreed to post the letter, unaware she was about to stir up a briny storm. Mindy typed up the letter on her ancient laptop, adding a snarky intro, Found this in a pickle jar on Pickle Point Beach. Is Gus a poet, prankster, or just really into condiments? Send help and mustard. She hit publish, expecting her usual trickle of likes from her mom and Pickle Pete 69. By morning, Mindy's musings had exploded. Well, exploded for Pickle Point, with 200 likes, 50 shares, and a comment thread that looked like a pickle. Themed soap opera. Readers were obsessed. I found a jar like that in Maine, wrote Salty Sammy. It asked for relish. A user named Dildramer theorized Gus was a chef hiding a secret recipe in the jars. Pickle Pete 69 predictably commented, "The brine is calling. Answer it." Mindy's inbox overflowed with emails, including one from a local radio host begging for an interview. "I am not famous," Mindy wailed to Wanda, who was dancing around the cottage in a pickle-themed apron she'd bought online. "You are Pickle Point famous, which is basically royalty," Wanda said, handing Mindy a coffee mug shaped like a cucumber. "You've got to find Gus. It's what the universe wants." Mindy groaned, picturing herself chasing a bearded sailor through a cucumber field. But the buzz was contagious, and she couldn't resist the mystery. At the local library, she and Wanda scoured the internet, finding a vague mention of a Salty Spoon diner in Brenneville, a coastal town 2 hours away. "Road trip?" Wanda asked, waving her car keys. Mindy sighed. "If I end up in a pickle cult, you are bailing me out." A week later, Mindy was back on Pickle Point Beach, attempting to jog red, stumbling through the sand while dodging rogue frisbees. Her blog's fame had earned her a free smoothie from the local juice bar, but also a creepy fan who mailed her a pickle-shaped keychain. As she huffed past a dune, she spotted something bobbing in the surf. Another pickle jar, this one with a neon green lid and a note inside. "You've got to be kidding me," she muttered, wading in and snagging it before a wave could claim it. Soaked and grumpy, Mindy pried open the jar, which smelled suspiciously of dill. The new letter, in Gus's loopy handwriting, read, "Dolly, my heart's still pickled without you. Find me at the Salty Spoon, where the fries are crispy and the secrets are briny. P.S. Extra pickles, please." Mindy laughed, imagining Gus as a lonely diner cook scribbling love notes between burger flips. She called Wanda, who answered with, "Tell me, it's another jar." "It's another jar," Mindy confirmed. "And it's pointing us to Brenneville." "I am not a detective, Wanda." Wanda, already packing a cooler with snacks, replied, "Too late. Nancy Drew. We're hitting the road tomorrow. Where's something detective?" "Why?" Mindy glanced at her wardrobe of dye shirts and flip-flops. "I am doomed," she sighed, but a spark of excitement flickered. What if Gus was more than a pun-loving weirdo? Brenneville was a sleepy town with one traffic light, a bait shop, and the Salty Spoon Diner, a retro joint with a neon sign shaped like a fork. Mindy and Wanda, decked out in thrift store trench coats and oversized sunglasses, slid into a vinyl booth looking like spies from a low-budget movie. The diner smelled of fries, coffee, and faintly of pickles. "We're totally incognito," Wanda whispered, knocking over a ketchup bottle. Mindy shushed her, scanning the room for anyone who screamed, "Pickle poet." A waiter sauntered over, sporting a handlebar mustache and a name tag reading, "Gus." He was tall with a grin that said he knew all the town's gossip. "Welcome to the Salty Spoon, ladies. Can I get you started?" he asked, winking at Mindy. She choked on her soda, spraying it across the table. "You are Gus?" She squeaked, heart racing. Was this the jar guy? Wanda, ever subtle, leaned forward and hissed, "Do you write love letters in pickle jars?" Gus raised an eyebrow, twirling his mustache like a cartoon villain. "Only on Tuesdays, darlin'." "You want the pickle platter?" Mindy, flustered, blurted, "Do you, hide secrets in condiments?" The diner's other patrons, a trucker and an old lady knitting a scarf, stared. Gus laughed. "You are those jar girls from the internet, aren't you? My dad's gonna love this." Mindy's jaw dropped. "Your dad?" Gus Jr. led Mindy and Wanda to the diner's kitchen, where Gus Sr., a round man with a pickle-shaped tie and a laugh like a foghorn, was flipping pancakes. "You are the gals who found my jars," He boomed, waving a spatula. Mindy, still clutching her soda, stammered, "So you are the Gus who's brined in sorrow?" Gus SR chuckled, wiping flour on his apron. "That's me, my late wife, Daisy, my dill. I'd loved pickles. After she passed, I started tossing jars with letters to her. Keeps her memory alive." Mindy's heart softened, but she was confused. Why pickle jars? Why not like a diary? Gus SR shrugged, tossing a pancake with flair. "Jars are waterproof and I get free ones from the pickle supplier. Plus it's romantic, like a message in a bottle but crunchier." Wanda, nibbling a fry, asked, "But why ask for pickles in every letter?" Gus SR winked. "Gotta keep the diner stocked somehow." Mindy laughed, picturing Gus SR as a pickle-obsessed pirate. Gus Jr. chimed in, "Dad's been doing this for years. Half the town's found his jars, but you are the first to make him internet famous." Mindy blushed. "I didn't mean to. I just thought it was funny." Gus SR clapped her on the shoulder. "Funny's good. Daisy would have loved you. Come back for the pickle party next week. Big event." Mindy exchanged a look with Wanda, who was already nodding. "We're so there," Wanda said. Mindy sighed. "Why do I feel like this is a trap?" Back in Pickle Point, Mindy's blog was a local sensation. The smoothie shop offered her a pickle power drink. It tasted like regret. And Pickle Pete 69 sent her a DM saying, "The jars are a map to destiny." Creepy, but intriguing. One morning, Mindy found a third pickle jar on her cottage doorstep, wrapped in a bow like a bizarre Christmas gift. "This is getting weird," she told Wanda, who was live streaming the unboxing to her 3 Instagram followers. The new letter read, "Dolly, my soul's still pickled without you. Join me at the Salty Spoons pickle party where secrets bubble like brine. P.S. Bring pickles. And maybe a friend." Mindy groaned. "He's inviting me to a party now? What's next?" "A pickle wedding." Wanda, packing glittery eyeshadow for the event, said, "This is your Oscar moment. We're going full pickle glamour." Mindy wasn't convinced. What if it's a cult? Or a pyramid scheme for relish? Wanda handed her a jar of mustard. "If it's a cult, squirt this in their eyes and run." They spent the evening planning their outfits. Mindy in a green sundress, Wanda in a sequin pickle hat from Etsy, as they drove to Brinneville. Mindy's stomach churned with nerves and excitement. Was Gus SR just a quirky diner owner? Or was there more to the pickle mystery? The Salty Spoons pickle party was like a county fair crashed into a condiment convention. The diner was decked out in green streamers with a pickle-shaped patata dangling from the ceiling. Locals in lime, collared outfits belted out karaoke versions of Sweet Caroline, renamed Sweet Cucumber, and a Guess the Brine contest had people sniffing jars like wine snobs. Gus SR, wearing a pickle crown, greeted Mindy and Wanda with bear hugs. "You are the jar girls," he bellowed, handing them pickle-shaped hats. Mindy, mortified, mumbled, "I just wanted a burger." The party was a riot. Gus Jr. led a pickle tossing game where Mindy accidentally beaned a kid with a gherkin. Wanda won the brine sniffing contest, earning a trophy shaped like a dill spear. Then Gus SR took the stage holding a microphone like a rock star. "Folks, these jars were my way of honoring my Daisy," he said. "But they were also a test to find someone with heart to take over the Salty Spoon." He pointed at Mindy. "That's you, kid." Mindy froze, her pickle hat slipping over one eye. "Me? I can't even microwave popcorn without a fire." The crowd cheered, mistaking her panic for humility. Wanda whispered, "You are basically Pickle Point's chosen one." Mindy gulped. "I need a bigger mustard jar. Over pickle, flavored popcorn, and neon green punch." Mindy pulled Gus SR aside. "I need to come clean," she said, her voice wobbling. "I published your letters on my blog. I didn't mean to make you a meme." She braced for a lecture, but Gus SR roared with laughter, nearly dropping his punch. "A meme? That's fantastic. Daisy would have framed it." He explained that the jars were his way of coping with Daisy's loss, but he was ready to retire. "The diner needs fresh blood," he said. "You've got spunk, kid. You turned my silly notes into a movement." Mindy protested, listing her failures: burnt toast, spilled coffee, The time she accidentally adopted a stray raccoon thinking it was a cat. Gus SR waved her off. Spunk beats skills. Try running the diner for a month. What's the worst that could happen? Mindy pictured the diner in flames. Famous last words, she muttered. Wanda, overhearing, clapped her hands. This is your come moment. You are the plucky heroine. Mindy glared. This is more like a horror movie called Pickle Apocalypse. But Gus SR, earnest smile won her over. 1 month, she agreed. But if I burn the place down, you are paying for the marshmallows. Mindy's first day at the Salty Spoon was a comedy of errors. She spilled mustard on a biker named Big Al, who growled until she offered free fries. She mixed up orders, serving a vegan, a bacon burger, and accidentally started a conga line during lunch rush, when she tripped and grabbed a customer for balance. By noon, she was hiding in the kitchen, clutching a pickle jar like a security blanket. Gus SR, now her mentor, coached her with patience. Daisy burned her first batch of pancakes, he said, showing Mindy how to flip them without launching them at the ceiling. He shared stories of Daisy's love for the diner, teaching Mindy to make the perfect pickle relish, a tangy blend that made customers swoon. Wanda, hired as the coffee consultant, kept the espresso flowing and the gossip spicier than the hot sauce. Despite the chaos, the locals adored Mindy's clumsy charm. Big Al returned, declaring her mustard mishap a bonding experience. The diner buzzed with new energy, with a pickle jar special, a burger with extra gherkins becoming a hit. Mindy, exhausted but grinning, told Wanda, I might not burn the place down yet. Wanda smirked. Give it a week. Just as Mindy was mastering the art of not dropping trays, a woman burst into the diner like a hurricane in high heels. I am Penelope, Daisy's cousin, she announced, waving a pickle jar like a grenade. I am the true dill. The diner fell silent, except for Big Al, who muttered, This is better than cable. Penelope revealed she'd been tossing her own jars into the sea, mimicking Gus SR's letters to keep his spirits up after Daisy's death. I didn't expect some blogger to turn it into a circus, she said, glaring at Mindy. Mindy, clutching a spatula, stammered, I didn't mean to. I just like sandwiches, Gus SR laughed, pulling Penelope into a hug. You sneaky cucumber. Daisy would have loved this drama. Over coffee, Penelope admitted her prank got out of hand, but she was thrilled the diner was thriving. The trio bonded, with Penelope joining as the diner's pickle historian, regaling customers with tales of Daisy's condiment adventures. Wanda whispered to Mindy, This is like a soap opera, but with better snacks. Mindy nodded. As long as nobody throws a jar at me, I am good. By summer's end, the Salty Spoon was Pickle Point's hottest spot, with a jar wall displaying fan letters from Mindy's blog readers, including a heartfelt note from Pickle Pete 69. You found the brine's truth. Gus SR retired, tossing one last pickle jar into the sea with a note, To Daisy, my forever dill. The diner's in good hands. He handed Mindy the keys, saying, You are family now, kid. Mindy stood on Pickle Point Beach, watching the jar bob away under a cotton candy sunset. The diner was hers, complete with its quirks and loyal customers. Big Al had proposed a Mustard Monday special, and Wanda was planning a pickle prom for fall. Mindy, now confident in her chaotic reign, held a turkey club sandwich, extra mustard, of course. Wanda joined her, handing over a pickle-shaped keychain. You are a legend, McFlurry, she said. Mindy grinned, the sea breeze tangling her curls. As long as tea here is mustard and no raccoons, I am ready for anything. She took a bite of her sandwich, knowing that somewhere Daisy was smiling and probably craving a pickle.